Hello, this is day 13 of our 30-day challenge with appellate tips from the Speaker Law Firm. Today's tip pertains to drafting questions presented. And it's a little bit more technical. Unfortunately, I did skip one of the topics I had planned the other day on exhibits because it was way too technical. So you're welcome. Today, with questions presented, the main thing with question presented is to make sure it incorporates all of the sub-issues that you have drafted in your brief. So you might have a broad overarching issue, but with some subtopics and different legal arguments underneath subheadings. And it's really important to incorporate those subtopics within the question presented or have separate questions presented. But I would prefer keeping each Roman numeral of your argument section as one question presented, because the Court of Appeals attorneys who work on the drafting of opinions for the judges follow the question presented format when they're going through to analyze the issues. And so it's really helpful to have the argument sections line up with the questions presented. But the reason to include all the sub-issues is because many times we see the Court of Appeals, if a question presented might be broadly stated, for example, it says the trial court erred by granting summary disposition because of X, Y, or Z. And that's a broad statement, but it includes detail about what the error was. And then there's some sort of sub-issue beneath that. We've seen Court of Appeals opinions that say that the issue was not preserved for appeal because it was not stated in the question presented. And so it's just a trap for the unwary, and it's not consistent with the Court of Appeals. Sometimes they try to grab attorneys in that trap, and other times they let it slide. So I think it's something that the attorneys who work at the court are trained to look for as a way of trying to avoid resolving issues so that they can quickly dispose of them because they don't have to analyze them if they believe that the issue has not been preserved. So it's just something for you to remember as you're drafting your questions presented.